Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, my name's Kinda Unreal. If you do know me, well thank you for coming back to my channel and welcome back.
Hey, welcome back.
Thanks.
I'd like to apologise to my subscribers for the lack of videos that have been coming out lately. This was due to me and my partner getting a horrible chest infection, then getting toothache, going to the dentist, finding out I've got an abscess and having to have the tooth removed. Pain. Then the very next day, getting a phone call off my sister about my crazy mother at the age of 78 climbing a stepladder, falling off and breaking a heel, having to go to hospital, resulting in travelling to and from the hospital. But that's not why we're here, so let's get on with the video. So, if you haven't seen my previous video, it's basically about me plunging into the 3D printing world. I purchased a Bambu X1 carbon combo 3D printer with AMS. The video consisted of me unboxing the printer, then giving instructions on how to set up the printer from start to finish safely and correctly, and how to connect the printer and download the necessary updates. Once all this was done, I set up my first print, showing a time lapse and the results following. So what's all this got to do with all this mess in front of us? Well, some of these are my first prints after that video, and a few of them were supposed to be potential videos for future use. Instead of doing that though, for now, I'm going to show you my first prints all in this video. Before that, I'd just like to show you some tools that I purchased that you may want to consider buying yourselves. So I've bought a cheap little tool set especially made for 3D printing off Amazon. I think it cost me about £12 to £15, and here are some of the things you get with it. So you get 5 different shape files for smoothing those rough surfaces. These are very good and I have already used some of them. Then there's this metal scraper. Sorry about the light reflecting off it. Then there's this plastic one for softer scraping. The next tool is a must in my opinion, which is some clippers for cutting your filaments, and I've used multiple times already. There is this round-headed spatula, which I assume is to prise off the plate carefully, and some forceps, which I haven't used yet and are not dissimilar to eyebrow pluckers. The last 2 items are like wire toothbrushes, so make sure you don't use these when brushing your teeth.
Oh no.
So finally to the prints.
Oh, finally.
These are my first few prints that I printed off whilst recording this video. So this was my first print ever, which is the Benchy, which you've seen on the previous video. Then the tortuous recorder.
Oh, no more, please.
So then I tried to print some different kinds of drinks coasters. Myself and my partner are musicians in a band, so I thought I'd try and print out the band's logo. There are some marks where it didn't quite print perfectly though, as you can see. But all in all, it turned out pretty well. I have blurred the band's name out just for safety reasons as well. In the band, the instrument I play is called a euphonium, and there's a quote that many euphonium players will have heard of, especially in the UK. So I decided to try and make a coaster for me and my friend.
And it's a bloody euphonium!
The movie's called Brassed Off and I'd recommend it to anyone. As you can see, the print on this coaster wasn't great, but after recalibration, my future coasters were a lot better. When calibrating the printer basically goes through a lot of procedures to sort everything out. This strip is what is actually printed on your plate. My next printed coaster is most probably my favourite, which is the anime superstar Goku from Dragon Ball Z. And as you can see, the detail and print is excellent, with a very smooth back. I'm very happy with that. After that, I printed off a Venomized Spider-Man coaster, which was one of my first prints with more than 2 different colours. The result was very smooth and precise again, and it was another print I was very happy with. So now it was October, we started doing a couple of Halloween ones. So we done this little ghost, which was quite simple to do. We done this strange one, but it was a Reaper Duck, I think it was called. These prints that you are seeing now are free to download on some software called MakerLab. This can be accessed online or through the Bambu Labs app. This is what each design looks like on MakerLab. Each design has their own designer with names and details below. It works a bit like eBay. If you're happy with the print, then you give them some good feedback and you can even boost them for more support. The last print I did was a bit of an experiment, and it was a Pokemon, I think it's called Voltorb, and I literally just resized it to make it a little bit smaller to see how it would turn out. Now if you're wondering what all these blocks are above each one of the prints, well, these are called prime towers, and you may be thinking, well, why are they printing them? It's just a block and it's using up all my filaments. But these are very important, and I'll tell you why. The prime tower is an additional print, so it's printed on your plate to help prepare the nozzle before printing the next layer. It reduces oozing and under extrusion and enhances overall printing quality. Plus, it stabilises the chamber pressure inside the nozzle to avoid appearance defects when printing objects.
I'm a little confused.
Basically, what this means is that every time the printer changes colour, some of the previous colour can be left behind in the nozzle. If this is the case, then any previous filament that is in the nozzle will be printed on the tower instead of your print, therefore resulting in a cleaner and better quality print. You may have noticed that I've been printing a few more Pokemon related objects. Something I'm thinking I'd really like to do is print all the Pokemon. Maybe printing all the first generation, then seeing how that goes, and then maybe onto the second generation and so on. I'm not sure whether to do short or long form, or a combination of both, maybe giving some history about the Pokemon, things like that. So if you could leave some ideas or suggestions in the comments below, that would be great. Even some other prints, I'd do anything really. I'd like to say thank you for watching the video, and hope you enjoyed it and found some interest in the content. If you would like to see some more videos like this or similar to this, leave a message in the comments below, and while you're down there, please consider hitting the subscribe and like button, as it would really help the channel. Thank you. Once again, thanks for watching, and I hopefully will see you in the next video.